parents and coaches always tell me, get a good sleep tonight, you have a game tomorrow. How much does a good sleep really affect your athletic performance though? About 6 months ago, I was out late playing pickleball and I had a game the next day. And when I woke up and had to play, I felt terrible and I didn't know why. I played awful that day, but after the game I was in the locker room just trying to think of why that was. I did not get enough sleep the night before. So getting a good night's sleep is nearly essential for you to perform at your highest level. In a study done by the Children's Hospital of Colorado, increasing the amount of sleep you get each night to 10 hours improved free throw and three-point accuracy by 9%. That 9% increase could be the reason your team wins or loses a game. Not getting enough sleep can affect your mental performance, physical performance, and even give you a higher risk to get injured. First off, the impact of sleep deprivation on your mental performance is extreme. When it comes to mental performance, sleep deprivation can really mess with the cognitive functions that are so important for athletes to succeed. Decision making takes a hit, making it tougher for athletes to come up with strategies and make quick, smart choices when they're competing. Reaction times slow down, which means they cannot respond as fast to changing situations or their opponent's moves. Focus and concentration also suffer, which makes it harder to stay precise and consistent and to keep up the mental energy they need for long periods of hard work. All these mental slip-ups can lead to more mistakes, bad decisions, and a harder time adjusting to ever-changing demands of sports. Ultimately, getting enough sleep is crucial for athletes to stay sharp and perform at their best. When it comes to physical performance, not getting enough sleep can seriously affect an athlete's capabilities. It becomes harder to generate force, which means athletes struggle to produce the necessary powers for activities like sprinting, jumping, and even tackling. Lifting weights feels more challenging, as the muscles don't respond as effectively, and the ability to execute explosive movements, such as quick changes in direction or powerful throws, is diminished. Fatigue sets in more quickly, making it significantly harder to maintain pace or intensity throughout a practice or a competition, or even a workout. This accelerated fatigue not only affects endurance, but also compromises technique and form, increasing the risk of injury. Ultimately, these physical impairments erode the competitive edge, leaving athletes unable to perform at their peak and vulnerable to being outmatched by well-rested opponents. Getting enough sleep is therefore essential for athletes to maintain their physical prowess and achieve optimal performance. Lastly, the risk of injury escalates a ton with sleep deprivation. Your muscles heal while you sleep, so it only makes sense that the less sleep you get, the slower your body will recover. This makes athletes with bad sleep habits more vulnerable to strains, sprains, and other injuries. A study done by the Minnesota Sleep Society shows that 65% of students that got less than 8 hours of sleep at night had injuries. This is a 1.7 times greater risk of injury than the teenagers getting more than 8 hours of sleep. What is even crazier is the data in this chart, also done by the Minnesota Sleep Society, shows 4 times more injury in players reporting 6 hours of sleep per night compared to those getting 9 hours of sleep at night. And here's a chart, if you can see it. And that's just also from the Minnesota Sleep Society. It shows 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9 hours of sleep at night and how that affects your performance and injuries. Sleep deprivation also weakens your immune system and increases your likelihood of getting sick. This can sideline you from a big game if you don't be careful. In conclusion, the importance of sleep for athletes cannot be overstated. Sleep is the bedrock for which peak athletic performance and overall well-being are built. Without the proper amount of rest, athletes risk undermining their training efforts and competitive potential. Prioritizing sleep is not merely a passive act, but an active investment in your athletic career, yielding significant returns in terms of enhancing mental performance, physical performance, and reduced vulnerability to injuries. It is also important that the parents, coaches, and athletes themselves recognize the profound impact of sleep and cultivate an environment that fosters healthy sleep habits. By encouraging and supporting good sleep practices, we empower athletes to unlock their full potential and perform at their absolute best, both on and off the field or court.